And off we go. Hannah, firstly, reflections on the Essex County Council elections, which you had two candidates, stood in Harlow West and nearly got 1,000 votes.
Yeah, we were really pleased with how many people voted Green in Harlow. I think it's a testament to the fact that people in Harlow are looking for a new kind of politics, but also they're looking for a kind of politics that really looks and stand up for what matters. You know, it stands up for our environment, it stands up for people on low incomes, and I think that shows that, you know, we're looking to do quite well in this election.
And so you mentioned selection, and then you're June the 8th, the general election, you're the candidate. Why did you put yourself forward?
I think as someone who's come from Harlow and as someone who's sort of grown up in the political sphere of Harlow, I was a youth councillor when I was growing up, I think that there's a lot that I can give to the town. I also think that Harlow desperately needs a member of parliament who does stand up for people, that doesn't just vote on behalf of their party, but actually does what the people of Harlow need. And I think what the people of Harlow need is a better health service. I think they need a better transport system, and I think that the people of Harlow also deserve a better voice in democracy as well.
Have you learned, I think last time we spoke we mentioned campaigns in the Isle of Wight and Brighton and Bristol. I'm not sure if you've been there yet, but are you learning about how Greens campaign in the town?
Yeah, absolutely. And in my role on the National Executive as the co-chair of the Young Greens of England and Wales, I've certainly experienced some great campaigners and really managed to learn from them, and I'm certainly looking to try and implement those practices here.
What's your, about branding terms, what's your USB or etc. What is your brand in Harlow? What is different for you than the other candidates?
Well, firstly, I'm the only woman standing. I'm also the youngest candidate, and I think that, you know, Harlow has never had a woman as an MP, which is a huge thing. But in terms of the policies I would do, look, of course I'm going to stand up for the environment, and I think we desperately we are at a stage where, particularly with Brexit, where we need to be looking at, you know, how we protect our people and planet. But more than that, I think that I've got a lot to give in terms of the passion that I have for the town. Everyone can say that they've lived in Harlow for a long time. I was born here. I know what it's like to grow up in Harlow. I know what it's like to feel the things that people in Harlow feel because I've lived here all my life.
We had Jeremy Hunt in Harlow this morning. Did you welcome a visit from someone like Jeremy Hunt? Do you think he's got his finger on the pulse of health needs for Harlow?
I was really pleased to see the Green Party standing down in Jeremy Hunt's constituency in favour of the National Health Action Party and their candidate there. I think that Jeremy Hunt needs to go. He has continually privatised our health service, and really he doesn't understand, you know, he's been to Harlow 3 times, he's been to the hospital 3 times, but he's imposing disastrous targets on the health service in Harlow. He's imposing, you know, he's imposing privatisation, and he is complicit in this idea that we need this strong and stable economy, but actually we kind of have quite a good economy, and we need to stop buying into this narrative because we are one of the richest nations in the world, and ultimately we can afford to put more money into our health service. So him turning around saying we need this strong and stable economy first, I think he's wrong.
Robert Halfon's very popular in Harlow. As you know, he won in 2010 with a 4,000 majority, 2015 8,000 majority. What is it that you can learn, if anything, from Robert Halfon?
I think before Robert Halfon got a place in government, he was certainly a very good local MP. He does listen to people and he does campaign for Harlow, but ultimately what you've seen when you look at his voting record is that he does have an appalling voting record. He's voted against gay marriage, he's voted against a lot of things that really should help his constituents, and I think that actually he needs to learn a lot from us, and he needs to learn that he needs to, you know, listen to the people that are voting for him.
So you're saying the people of Harlow are wrong in voting for him?
No, I'm saying that he hasn't behaved in the way that I would like him to over the past few years. I think that I think ultimately that there is a better option for the people of Harlow. That's why I'm standing. I wouldn't stand if I didn't think that. But I do think that he needs to listen to the people of Harlow. Yesterday we saw someone standing behind him with a sign explaining that he votes against gay rights, and I think that does need to be listened to too. So what happens over the next month? There's a hustings next Thursday, but are you... You know, you just met Labour and their team, and they've got a team, and they can go. You know, I was in Old Harlow, I saw them. I'm here in the Stowe, I saw them, and I'm off to the hospital, I'll see them. Yeah.
How are you going to get around?
I mean, we are a smaller team, and I'm not going to make odds about that. You know, we are a small party, but ultimately, I am campaigning. I do have some responsibilities as co-chair of the Young Greens. Tomorrow I'm speaking at a convention in Westminster, but I am out campaigning all the same. We are looking at how we can get out to people, perhaps without that environmental aspect. I have been out canvassing and talking to people, and we've been getting a really positive response so far, and I'm really looking forward to continuing that. And
finally, what will you gauge on June 8th, June as success?
I really hope that this time we can get a higher percentage of the vote than we got last time. I think looking at the local election results, you can hope that we probably are going to retain a higher percentage, and I really hope we retain our deposit, which means we need to get 5% of the vote as well.